Mattriff did something amazing, and the entire reason that I want to do this stream today and talk tournament lore is because of an event that Mattriff helped do over this past weekend. This past weekend, Mattriff hosted a tournament that was the first tournament I've played in Guitar Hero in let's say about a decade. A friend of mine came back to me and was like, "You did one at the start of 2012." And I'm like, "Bro, that was the smallest thing in the world." Like, large tournaments, it's been about a decade since I've done anything with it, you know? I used to host them, sure, but I'd never really played in one in a long time. I miss those days. I do. Because there was at one point a time where I thought Guitar Hero could be the next huge esport. Back when MLG was thriving, I had an esports podcast called The Losers Bracket, and I got the chance to interview the CEO of MLG back then multiple times, and every time I'd be in his ear like, "Hey, we gonna get Guitar Hero? You wanna let me help run a Guitar Hero league?" And we never really got there because there's just a lot of hurdles. There's a lot of hurdles to running competitive Guitar Hero. You've got things like music rights. Are you gonna get the bands on board, right? Are you gonna get the labels to go, "Oh, hey, you can use this for streaming"? But there was so much back in the late 2000s that was really cool Guitar Hero tournament-wise that never got expanded upon. And I don't see anybody ever talking about it. Let's look at some of those old tournaments. Let's talk about some of the ideas that were there and see how far we've come, and at the same time, is it possible that we could maybe do something with it in the future? But when we go back too far, you're gonna look at these first tournaments that happened, and you're gonna scream. Hey, are you guys ready for some whiplash? Do you wanna see what the first ever Guitar Hero tournaments looked like? Do you wanna take a trip down memory lane? There used to be a series of tournaments way back in late 2000s era. It was called the World Series of Video Games. The World Series of Video Games. This is kind of where Guitar Hero's competitive tournament start began. Guitar Hero 2. Uh-oh. Notice, the second season included events that didn't ever end up taking place because it got canceled because it sucked. Let's take a look back what Guitar Hero looked like. This is somebody who you might know nowadays from the YouTube channel Rocket Jump. Back in the day, he got started as a content creator playing Guitar Hero. Name's Freddie Wong. Here's him competing at the World Series of Video Games back in 2007.
Next up, we got Freddie Wong.
Let's take a look back at old school competitive Guitar Hero, shall we?
All I have to say is, what's up, Internet?
Can we just talk about also this setup here, real quick? The 4 LCDs. I think this is in like a hotel conference room or something. Oh god, man. It's not just about score. Remember, competition isn't about who's better. It's about who can make themselves look more like an idiot. Fist bumps! Yes! Yes! He did the freaking guitar right back. Can we talk about this stream production, though, in 2007? Ooh, Jamal, you're ahead of me. We're going to be talking about that. That's my buddy Gary, a friend of mine. You fucking did a backflip! Hold on, run that back! Run that back! Dude legitimately ends the song and does a damn backflip on stage. Can JRH do a backflip? Oh my God.
What just happened in Dallas? Wow, my friend, I have to shake your hand. That was amazing, amazing.
Hush is not an easy song to play, but what makes it incredible though, over the top of the fretboard, very difficult in this song, guitar around the head, catching it and still playing, sliding on the ground while playing and diving up. I mean, he nailed the hardest
Tommy
part
Tallarico
of the
is
song
legitimately
with one
a family
hand in
member
the air.
of
Unbelievable.
Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
Eddie Van Halen jumps while playing. I saw a little Chuck Berry chicken thing going on there. I mean, this guy made this song the hardest it could possibly ever be played. And I know the 10's only the highest, but this score goes to 11.
Look at this shit, breaking their own rules because of his charisma. This is old school Guitar Hero. This is old school competition right here. This is as old as it
Freddie,
gets.
We talked about this earlier. Obviously, you're focusing on performance and difficulty over the overall score. Score is really low. Almost pretty much the same score that Eric had earlier when he did, except that you hit the solo. So I'm going to give you a little extra credit for that. So I'm going to give you a 7.
A 7. All right. 17
He kept it
so
real.
Far. The crowd doesn't like that one.
The crowd doesn't like it because they don't understand competitive Guitar Hero because nobody did because this is Guitar Hero 2.
That was amazing. I mean, I loved you.
That poisonous
You
tongue.
look like a Guitar Hero to me, man. I gave you a 10.
10.
This editing.
Freddie Wong with a 27.
This editing from frickin' late 2000s, man. Oh my god. Hold on. I need to give people context of why. I need you guys to understand why Freddie Wong was like the forefather of Guitar Hero content. This right here was like the first major piece of Guitar Hero content. This is 15 years old now, guys. Let me scroll down real quick just so you can see this. This is October 28th, 2006.
What's up, Internet? My name's Freddie. I've come from a long, hard day of rocking faces and doing jumps with my sweet bike here to come and rock you with YYZ. Brody Josh, I require my guitar.
Oh my god, I remember this. Yeah, this is classic. This is how Guitar Hero content started.
The reason I have them on is
This.
my solos are so blisteringly fast that if I didn't keep them tied down somehow, I might impregnate women. By sheer proximity. Let's do this!
That's a late 2000s line if I've ever heard it.
Yes!
Oh shit.
Yes! Yes! Step aside. Yes!
All right.
Dude, did he just break my guitar?
Yes.
Somebody had just done a viral marketing video of playing Guitar Hero on a bike. He said, I'm gonna show you how it's really done.
What's up, viral marketing douchebags? It's Freddie Wong calling you out. I saw that video you made, Bike Hero. I thought it'd be something a little more exciting. After all, this is YouTube, not SnoozeTube. I'm gonna show you punks how a real man plays Bike Hero on Expert. How does it feel? How does it feel?
You lose me in the light.
What's up, viral marketing douchebags?
I love him. Okay, of all the people from old school competitive Guitar Hero days, Freddie is one person I've never met, and I still appreciate him because that shit still hits. That shit still hits. The fact that that still hits over 10 years later is fan-fucking-tastic, man. That's so good. The reason I even started playing Guitar Hero competitively is because where I worked in retail at the time, he had come for a meeting for his business and had ended up somehow using the demo kiosk for playing Guitar Hero 2 at the place that I worked. And I literally ended up meeting Wolf at my job, played a match against him back when I had first started, kept it a little close. He kicked my ass though, you know? And I was like, yeah, I've only been playing for 2 weeks. And he's like, wait, really? Hey, you should come check out Scorehero.com, which was the old competitive hub. And the rest was history. But if it wasn't for this guy right here, I would not have gotten into competitive Guitar Hero. And here he is at World Series of Video Games. This is in Louisville. Legitimately, if you look by like standards at the time, this was the best player in the GH1, GH2As. Before Jordan was FC'd, old school, one of the best players in the world at the time. Sandals and cargo shorts. Now this is a gamer I'd identify greatly. I love the fact that you can't see the gameplay, and this video still has almost 100,000 views. There we go with the gameplay. He was going for skill over the performance aspect. At the time, you couldn't compete. Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to hear the miss sound when you're going for the one hand. Isn't it wild that this is what competition used to look like, though? Gotta make up for the first time, huh? That shaky cam.
Did I say it was the cream of the crop? Unbelievable. That was amazing, man. How'd that feel to you?
That was a 5-star, 95% on stage.
So easy. Yeah, he had fun. I had fun. I had fun. It was great. It was great. Let's see what judges have to say.
Yeah, that was really
Unbelievable.
impressive. I think a lot of people out here haven't really seen anything like that.
Here's the thing. We don't need the judges. We just don't. We really don't. I promise we don't. We can only take so much of this. I promise. My goodness. I really did not like the idea of using performance as a big part of the score. And I still don't. When no other competitive game did that, they just wanted to further that, like, oh, it's playing guitar thing. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's like, oh, this is Rockstar Simulator, right? So you're gonna get on stage and, you know, be an idiot, right? You know, just pretend you're playing a guitar. That's what this is all about. All right, I got some old shit to share. My very first YouTube channel, which has a bunch of videos that are privated. So here we go. This is right around the same time. Here's the very first Guitar Hero tournament, national tournament that I ended up winning. I got the footage of it. Getting into deep lore now. Yeah, this footage I don't think exists anywhere else on the internet right now, so this is kind of crazy. Before I play this, let me give you some context here too, because like 13 years ago, back when Guitar Hero was a console game, right? When Guitar Hero 3 and Guitar Hero Aerosmith was becoming a thing and World Tour was about to become a thing, there was a company called Agora Games. Agora Games had this technology that they were doing for leaderboards where people could earn a score on their game and it would auto-upload that score to the leaderboard so that you could do tournaments from your own house. And everyone could participate in it by just having the game and playing it. So Guitar Hero took advantage of this. Guitar Hero ended up saying, hey, we've got these ideas where, hey, if you play these songs, it'll auto-upload the scores. The best scores will take the top 4 people and fly them out for the in-person finals. Literally, all you had to do is, like, imagine if you could load up Clone Hero, right? Imagine you could load up Clone Hero, just go in, play 3 songs, and the song scores auto-uploaded to a leaderboard. And when they auto-uploaded to the leaderboard, it compared you with everybody else who did that, and the top 4 scores just won a flight to go play in a tournament. And the final 4 in this tournament ended up being myself, the guy I played in the finals, his name is Jordan, a guy named Greg, and then another YouTuber, another Twitch streamer, who I still think is active on the site, a guy by the name of Witwix. Let's take a trip back to the past. This is June 2008 right here. I need you to pay attention real quick to one of these judges, because remember how I was talking about the World Series of Video Games and the jumping around and being an idiot? I said that I'm glad there's no footage that exists was because this tournament right here, the first round of it was based on that stupid rule. There are judges in this room because they judged how much of an idiot we could be while we were sight-reading songs on an Aerosmith Guitar Hero game that literally had not come out yet. This was promotion for Guitar Hero Aerosmith. So we had gotten flown out to San Francisco to play a game that had not come out yet. And the first round was based on, hey, sight read this song and jump around being an idiot while you're doing it. And we'll take the 3 people who did the best and put them into the next round. Witwix got eliminated because he wouldn't jump around. Witwix got eliminated first round because he wouldn't jump around. Straight up. Straight up. That was it. The second round of this was on the new DS Guitar Hero that was just dropping. Again, none of us have played this. None of us have played the DS version. They go, hey, here's 3 DSs, here you go. On the count of 3, you all play this song at the same time. It gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse. It gets so much worse. They actually put an aux cable into one of the DSs. So you got the audio from one person. You got the audio from one person while the other 2 were playing Guitar Hero on the DS completely out of sync. I somehow was good enough to take second in that round, which put me through to the finals. And here we are. The finals. So we're not playing single player anymore. We got a pro face-off situation. We got those judges for pro face-off. That's good, right?
Don't fail out, guys.
I'm excited to hear the song, too.
Say it one more time for me. Say it one more time for me.
Be good.
Don't fail out, guys.
I'm excited to hear the
Don't fail out, guys. She's actually really cool. Her name, I believe, is Batgirl. She's still in the game industry. She's actually great. She just didn't know. She just didn't know. And there's nothing against her. It's just, again, a thing that if we're having a competition or an esport of some kind and they're doing tournaments for something, you probably want people involved that know what they're talking about. Look at me still being me. This was so nerve-wracking. Run DMC and Aerosmith was the final song for the tournament. This was a best of 1. I do believe I was the person on the left of the screen, and he was on the right. Yeah, bro, this'll look cool in 10 years. That hurt. I had a really bad miss there, and I just couldn't help but vocalize again. Still the same doof. He has a good lead on me right there.
like dancing.
Were you allowed to bring your own guitar to the tournament? No. We had to use what was provided.
I'm not.
Look at. Can we just talk about also knowing what we know about Star Power Path? Listen to the commentary again here, because they're baiting so hard. They're like, oh, the song's gonna end. You better use that before the song runs out. Really. That's absolute bait, though. Use your star power.
That would have been a good place to use it.
Yeah?
That would have been so good to use it.
Oh, star power ready. Is he going to use it? Who's going to use it first?
It's bait.
Who's going to use it first? Who's going to time it right?
And we both were holding star power because we knew there were chords. Just from the way the song goes.
This is incredible. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh, what's happening?
And him missing there secured the match for me.
Oh, look at that.
And fourth. So there we see it.
Shit,
99% note streaks for one gentleman.
99%
for the
note
other,
streak.
370.
He caught up when he didn't have star power and I was under it, and he still was catching up to me. So that
it was so close, right, all the way to the end.
Dude, it's kind of shitty to immediately put the microphone in your face and go, hey, you just lost. How does it feel? Oh my God. Looking back at that, that's kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucked up that instantly it was just, hey, you didn't win. How do you feel right now? And we still continue the hey, you just lost, how does it feel interview tradition to this day. Yeah, I mean, anytime you watch like an esports broadcast, right? And you see like the confetti going for the winning team, and they do the pan over to the losing team and the dejected look where they're just like sullenly looking off into the distance. Oh my God, that emotional stress, dude.
Man. That was probably one of the best pro face-off matches I've ever had, and the fact that
young Jason,
you know, we've got cameras on us, and that I know that I have my family and friends watching at home. That was pretty intense to know that there's so many people watching, and that we could just one miss could have been the big difference. And I think that's what happened, because if he wouldn't have missed under that star power, it probably would have been like almost exactly the same score.
Totally. So how's it feel?
Here's the worst part. This was my first national championship, right? First national tournament that I ever won. Think of all the prizes for esports nowadays, right? You know, big prize pools, people able to, you know, live off their prize winnings if they're a good enough competitor. What did I win for this tournament?
It's pretty cool.
Right on, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are our first place winner.
Thank you.
$750 big dollars coming your way.
Oh my God! I could change my life with that money! Guitar Hero deserves better. It deserves better, man. I don't know if it exists anymore, but HellAshes, the same person who ended up being the first person to 100% FC Jordan on Guitar Hero 2, he ended up winning a car. This is the high point for when Guitar Hero was like at its peak of holy shit, it's engulfed in the culture of mainstream America and the mainstream world, right? They ended up holding this national championship where the finals was going to be held on TV, on G4, and the winner won a freaking car.
As a reward, the winner of today's contest is going to walk away with the keys to a brand new 2008 Pontiac G5 Coupe.
Sweet. Pretty rad, boys. All right, it's time to meet our two finalists first. Joining us all the way from New Jersey to Garden State, he's known around the world as the living, breathing rock legend. He posted a score of 639,446 points on the expert setting, playing the Dragon Force song Through the Fire and Flames. This rock legend has certainly earned the right to be here.
Hey, so anybody who's out there that has a better score on Dragon Force, realize that if you are able to get at least a 639,000 on Through the Fire and Flames, your skill level is about what the top level was in the world at this point in 2007. So if you ever were able to take time travel back to that time period and use your Guitar Hero skills, you'd be able to play in the top of tournaments.
Our next finalist is the winner of the Austin, Texas competition and is no stranger to the danger of shredding. He is known in every...
Fun fact, I mentioned earlier my first place where I, remember the first tournament I mentioned where I said that there was another player from Texas that's named Daniel that wasn't Guitar Hero Phenom that I played against and he ended up winning the tournament and I got 4th? Oh hey, that's him! His name was Dan the Man. The guy who actually won the first national tournament that I played in is right there. That is Dan the Man from old Scorehero. Another classic player, really, really good, and kind of a mainstay of the old competitive scene.
In accordance to the official rules of this contest, you will be playing in the Pro Face-Off mode on the Expert setting. As a test of true skill, you'll be playing Pride and Joy by the legend himself, SRV Stevie Ray Vaughan, y'all.
As a test of pure skill, we're gonna give you a song from the middle of the set list. Here's a song that's about medium difficulty for this game. We're gonna test your skill after just having you play Dragon Force. Good luck. A fucking car is on the line.
And by the way, guys, the whole world is watching, and this is going to be on the internet for the rest of your life. So no pressure, no pressure.
Just kidding. No, it's actually not, because nobody's watched this since 2007 until now, because we're the nerds that are nerdy enough to go looking for Guitar Hero deep lore over here.
You're sweating profusely.
Yeah.
A little. Yeah. Daniel's game is going to drive home a winner.
Could you imagine playing Through the Fire and Flames as the way to get into this, and then freaking through? This is the finals.
With intense hammer-ons.
Like, okay, yes, this is a tricky chart for its time, but it is not a tournament final chart.
A little bit towards. You know what? I kind of feel bad for the runner-up. I'm going to offer up the keys to my 1992 Mercury Sable.
Are you
to the
serious?
runner-up. Yes, I am.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
That's like your fourth Sable you've had, and that's your favorite Sable.
That's kind of rubbing salt in the wound.
Sable is going to the runner-up, people.
If you lose, you get my old car from '92.
The same note chart came down to just a
What is it about
couple of
downstrumming
notes
so
there,
much?
but Jerry,
I can tell you from personal experience, when you're on the tighter timing window and you don't know what the rhythm is, you can upstrum faster than you downstrum. So when the nerves are on, I swear I've seen it many, many times. Almost all competitive players in a tournament setting in LAN default to downstrumming for sections. If they can get away with it, they'll downstrum it. At least that was the case back then. Might be different now, but I can tell you from experience that was the reason. That was the reason. Literally, I did it. Every other player at the time did it too.
Dolt, you're good.
This is before Gary even had his license.
I think
Dan Suarez looks super mad. You know what? Okay, hold on a second. Just gonna be real for a second. I need to go back to the zoom in on his face. Like, can we get yes. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna soak in this for a second. Considering he won the first national tournament that I played in, and I never got the chance for revenge. I've never actually just sat in and like sat in his sadness for a second, and it's a very petty revenge. That's the pettiest of petty. That's just that real petty moment. I say this knowing well and full he's actually a really cool dude, and I hope he's doing well. But damn, dude, that's it's one of the largest prizes that ever got given out in Guitar Hero history. You know, like, that's not the largest promotion tournament that ever happened. I say that those are probably the World Cyber Games, which we'll get into here shortly. Because, hey, 2 of the 3 world champions from the World Cyber Games era are people that everybody in this community should know. So that's kind of cool. Like, all of these big moments, while they had big prize pools and, like, attention on them, weren't necessarily large, real competitions. You know, like, 2 players playing against each other, trying to see who the best person was in Pro Face-Off. The tournaments that really did this the best back in the day were the World Cyber Games. World Cyber Games was an organization that was trying to create a yearly world championship for all the top esports. World Cyber Games ended up even having its own reality TV show. It was called Ultimate Gamer. And there's quite a few people who are in content creation, looking back at it, that are still making videos and, like, doing things on streams that were a part of this. World Cyber Games ran 3 years of world championships for Guitar Hero. You guys know, if you've watched Guitar Hero on Twitch, you know the winner from the first and the last Guitar Hero World Championship. The Guitar Hero 3 World Championship was won by Yukog Monkey. And then the Guitar Hero 5 was won by Asai. Asai's manager at the time was myself. Kind of crazy. All 3 of us ended up partnered on Twitch playing Guitar Hero. Kind of wild. The only person who won a world championship that wasn't the 2 of those from World Cyber Games was a Brazilian guy who just completely disappeared. Came in, wrecked everybody, and left. Kind of amazing when you look at it that way. I believe his name was oh my god, I literally got it. It literally pulled up a match. Shut up. I put his name in from memory from fucking 10 years ago, and it actually came up with a match? Are you kidding me? No way. He even has a YouTube account. What? Look at all these FCs from 12 years ago. This account has no views. This guy won a world championship. I did not know this account existed. I literally did not know this account existed. This is the guy who won the other world championship aside from Asai and Yukog. How about we take a look back to the first World Cyber Games World Championship? They actually have a YouTube channel that still exists that has a full recap of the 2008 Guitar Hero World Championship. This is the tournament where Yukog Monkey and Witwix played a warm-up match against each other on stage, just like for practice. And one of them, I don't remember which one it was, won the practice match by 1 point on Raining Blood. Kind of legendary shit that there was nobody that had it on video. One of those things that only exists in story form now, just talking about it. Here we go.
Cologne, Germany, home to this year's World Cyber Games Grand Final, where 1.5 million gamers from around the globe have been whittled down to an Elite 800, who will battle it out for over $1 million in total
Oh, hey,
prize
that was
money
George.
and the glory of being
You see
crowned
that?
World Champion 800, who will battle it out for over a...
Look at that. That's very much UCOG. Absolutely UCOG.
My name is George Boothry, also known as Monkey, and I'm from the UK.
Yo, young George.
Playing Through the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force, an absolutely impossible song. It's Q1
Yeah,
Han
impossible.
from Korea versus Herbert Fan from Singapore.
Oh shit, wait a second, was that Test Team?
Like it. From Korea, it's Q1 Han from Korea.
I
versus
actually
Herbert
played
Fan
tournaments
from
against him.
Singapore.
He's a great dude.
Never seen
The
anything
Korean
like
player
it.
there, he's a great guy. I've never seen this video and it's so 2000s it hurts. It really is. Hey!
I'm pretty sure the winner of my match coming up is going to win the whole tournament.
And
That's
he's
how it's
correct.
looking.
Semifinals was like the finals for this tournament. Whitwicks and George were two of the top players in the world at that point, for sure.
An amazing quarterfinals here at Guitar Hero 3. Right here standing with me is George from the UK. George, you pulled an upset over Tom from the US. How's that feel?
It feels good because he was the main competition, and to have taken him out now, it'll be a lot easier from now on, a lot less pressure.
A lot easier going into the finals. Oh, is that LO7?
Final between Italy's Lorenzo.
Yo, I just realized that's fucking LO7. That's a legend of old school Guitar Hero. Yo, anybody who was around back in the Scorehero days, that guy right there was a legend for squeezing. So hey, if we're talking, yeah, he had #1 on every song for a while. Exactly, Popsy knows. Popsy knows. So here we go, for anybody that's a new player, anybody who doesn't know how crazy the old school scores got when people were really grinding the best they could do with every single song. The guy who is in here right here against George in the finals, this guy was like the king of squeezing for a bit. And squeezing in Guitar Hero terms is abusing the timing window to get more points out of it. So if you got star power, you want to get notes under star power to get more points, right? Makes sense. So if we're thinking about it optimally, we want to activate star power super late on a note and still hit it, so that the end of star power, when the star power activation is ending, we can strum slightly early, the earliest the engine will recognize it, and get one more note under star power. Squeeze one more note under star power to get double points on one more note. Get a couple of hundred more points on every song. That's a lot when you're trying for a couple of points here or there, more than another player. A couple of hundred for free, as long as you're abusing the timing window correctly, is a great way to get some points into a competitive match. When you know the best places to use star power, intentionally abusing the timing window, almost missing a note, strumming late, and then strumming early at the end. If you can do all of those things without dropping combo, you get a very small minimal advantage over your opponent. This guy was the king of it. Can't stress that enough. Stuff that we don't even really think about nowadays as being part of like the skill set, because hey, if you're just playing games casually in Clone Hero, who the fuck cares about an extra 200 points? But when every point matters, well, it's a lot more impressive.
Lorenzo and the UK's George. They are playing the toughest songs in the game, and neither of them is giving an inch.
Look at that duct tape. Hey, that's old school, man, and I still respect this. I still respect this. You didn't want your guitar to drop connection, and since these guitars were, the neck came off of them, the neck came out, you didn't want that to come out during tournament, tape that bitch shut. I respect it. And can we also talk about how good the top scene was about this? Because this is something I have sworn up and down always happened in Guitar Hero tournaments. Players respected each other. LO7 gets beaten, what's the first thing he does? Shake my hand. Congratulations. That was the first World Cyber Games World Championship, and George was the man who took it home. That's sportsmanship right there. Absolutely. Guitar Hero scene had a lot of it. This is the third World Championship. You guys might recognize at least one of the folks in this. Guitar Hero 5 World Championship, this is the last one WCG did. The only World Championship that VVV Gaming ever won in esports was won by VVV Asai 28. Wow, I saw he's young in this video. I met Alec when he was 12. Akai. They said Akai. Akai. Akai 28. Oh God, I love this one. Oh God, Alex clipping this. I know exactly what he says. It's so good. God, why has somebody not charted this? Do it. Oh God, chart it. Oh fuck. Oh, this is so classic.
And right now, I'm with Alec. Now, let me tell you about this kid right here. Youngest WCG.
Look at Alec. Like, why the fuck are you leaning on me? Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes that he gives him when he leans. Holy shit.
I'm with Alec.
Look at the lead.
Now,
the lead.
Let me tell you about this kid right here.
What the?
Youngest WCG competitor, I think, possibly ever. Second U.S. National Champion Guitar Hero, and now World Champ. World Champ. How does it feel?
I don't feel anything.
I don't feel anything. You just won the World Championship. You don't even know this, but it's going to be the very last World Championship Guitar Hero is ever going to have. How do you feel knowing you will never be able to defend this title because you will forever be the last World Champion?
I don't feel anything.
How can you?
It's so unreal. You know, it's just. So, like, tomorrow, it's gonna the feeling right now is gonna have a huge impact, like, tomorrow, because it feels great.
So, tell me a little bit maybe about...
He still has the same voice, let's be real. It's just slightly deeper. Same tone, though.
Well,
oh, is that his parents?
Like, supportive about it. They really...
Okay. I don't know if I don't know if he's ever really done this, but I'm going to. I fucking love those two. Just like this might be a little too like wholesome. I don't know. We've been laughing about some dumb shit. I literally was texting those two the whole time while Alex in his match. I was texting them, and they were updating me, and they were so supportive. Legitimately though, with all the tournaments, I love that they used it as like family bonding time. I think that's so fucking awesome. Like straight up, those two are so awesome. And I don't know if anybody else will give them the credit, but like straight up, I fucking love them. They're so good. If it wasn't for them, I mean, how could Alec have gotten to these tournaments, right? He was 12, 13, 14. They're so supportive.
They love me very, very much as I do them.
Oh.
And of course, hope, staying in school and doing well in school. I would hope so. So, now you're the champ. You're the champ. Where do we go from here?
I can answer that. There's never going to be another world championship as of this point. Thanks for the answer, or question. Fuck me, why are words hard?
Just keep on doing tournaments, keep playing, keep having fun, all that stuff.
Dude, I must, because I was at Nationals, I shoutcasted your match with you and Greg over there. Like,
oh my God, Greg! That's okay. So the other guy that I was talking about earlier, way earlier today, in my first national championship, that's him right here. Fun fact, you see these long, curly locks of hair on his head? They're fucking fake. He literally brought a wig to every tournament. He had no hair. He had very, very short hair, but he played every tournament with a wig on. I swear to God. I swear to God, that is a wig. That is just a long-haired wig. It became a joke that he would bring it to tournaments and play in it.
I love you guys.
There you go. That's it. That was the wig. That's all wig.
Best.
It's good shit right there, man. That's some good shit. They are playing with the stick. Were they playing with the stick? So that the stick is the Warriors of Rock guitar. I don't think I have one around me. It's the one I have the tattoo of. It's literally the one I have tattooed on my arm. The side plates, I can't believe I can use my tattoo for this because, oh my God. The side plates came off. Click. The other side, click. Right? And you could just have the stick without the side plates here. That was all just add-on to give it the shape of a guitar. The controller itself was just the stick. The side plates come off when you flex your ball. Pump it off! I don't know, man. I missed the World Cyber Games because we had an actual official worldwide tournament with qualifiers. Literally, World Cyber Games, we talked about the fact that there were 3 world championships, but they literally held national championships in every country that wanted to run tournaments. So we had a U.S. national final where people were seeded into it. There was like 8 qualifying brackets that you had a chance to qualify. And the winner from each bracket won a berth into the finals. When I played in the national championship for Guitar Hero World Tour, which is where the legendary match between Alec and myself that we double FC'd Purple Haze, and it ended up only being an 8-point note difference in the finals for us. That's where that happened. I remember the way that I got sponsored by a competitive team when I got picked up by VVV Gaming was because I won the second qualifier for the nationals. There was only one person that qualified ahead of me. And there was going to be an invite-only esports team Guitar Hero tournament where the winner got an invite to the nationals. And VVV approached me saying, hey, we saw your name in your records for Guitar Hero. Would you like to play in this tournament for us for a shot at the nationals for WCG? Would you like a chance to get that berth? And I said, well, actually, no, thank you, because I'm already qualified. That was when they responded, wait, who the fuck are you? So that's how I ended up getting into an esports team. And I basically said, hey, I will gladly join you guys and play for you, but only if you let me help run your rhythm gaming division because I'd like to turn it into something great. From there, I ended up running a couple of events for them, picking up a few sponsored players. One of them ended up being Asai. And the rest is history, man. The rest is freaking history. It's kind of wild looking back at that because it's just, I really feel like if Guitar Hero happened 5 or 6 years later, I think there would be an esports scene today. I'm serious. I think that everything would be different. I think there would be a tournament scene if we would have had the technology, things like Twitch, a little bit more in time with the Guitar Hero craze. I think it would have been a huge competitive title. I don't think I'm crazy by saying that. I really don't. I saw the way that people loved the competitive side, the way that people reacted during close matches, the way that people love music. I really think, but then Scorehero wouldn't have existed. It's such a trade-off, man. I feel like there's still potential for tournaments today. I really do. I got one I want to throw back to. This was the final large tournament, like large level, huge competitive tournament that I played in. I've never showed this one on stream. Check this out. This video has 100 views. This was the grand finals of Devastation 2011. Devastation was an annual tournament that happened in Phoenix, Arizona. And the grand finals was VVV Asai versus VVV Paradise.
Song one.
Oh shit, I was at this? Yo, Popsy! This is literally the finals of this tournament between Alec and myself. I wish there was better audio, but literally this was somebody who was watching us, a friend of ours, just recording with a digital camera. The strumming on this engine. Yeah, this was my pick. Did you hear that commentary from the guy who's recording? Huge squeeze by Asai.
Asai got an extra squeeze.
Literally.
By 600.
Check out the scores. Remember how we were just talking about squeezing? I picked this song. We both knew the right activation for star power. You can barely see the scores. But Alec is about 600 points ahead because he squeezed an extra note. That extra abusing the timing engine. We are at the same exact star power usage, same exact note streak. He's 600 points ahead because he got an extra chord under star power. That's where it comes into play in competitive. This is 10 years ago on a console engine in a tournament finals.
Bull saving it for the strumming.
Neither of us using the easy star power path. Oh, he covered the microphone here. I forgot about that. Still on FCs. Now this is the part that this is the reason why I picked the song. Because I am very consistent with the strumming on this engine. I nailed it with star power. Had a 200 note streak there. And I took the lead. And I think this is where I'm ahead by about 20K. You can even see the difference in hyperspeed looking at our choices. Like, I always played with a little bit slower hyperspeed. So at the very end, I ended up winning by 19K on the first song. Young boys, swing around. Look at this look on my face. Like, wait a second, I just beat Alec on a song.
Someone's a little bitter.
Alec pointing at me like he really won. I love this shit. But literally, one of only 2 songs I think I've ever taken off of Alec in a tournament. Both of them were in this best of 5. I literally think this is the only time I've beaten Alec at songs in a tournament was during this event. And that went to grand finals. It went to a song 5. Unfortunately, it was Black Widow of Laporte, and, you know, Alec nearly FC'd it, but that's another story entirely. It all comes back to, at the end of the day, Activision sucks. Literally, this entire conversation about why Guitar Hero never had a larger footprint in competitive play comes back to music licensing is really hard, and Activision really sucks. That's the 2 things it comes back to, you know? Is there really an entire playlist of the tournament? Oh, fuck off. Hey, there's literally 30 videos of the entire official tournament that I hosted for Guitar Hero on YouTube. For anybody that wants to see old school competitive play on Warriors of Rock, this was the last official tournament that got hosted back. This is in 2012. I hosted this tournament in 2012, and it was an invite of all the top players in the world at the time. I have a video that is from this tournament, though, that I need to pull up and share because it's one of my favorite competitive matches I ever got to watch. This is Asai playing against a player named Con Fury.
Yeah!
And hey, I shoutcasted it. This was the first...
Search right now, maybe.
This was the first time that we had ever done like a real shoutcasted tournament, and one of the only times that's ever been done. This is in 2012, and we were streaming on Twitch at the time. We topped out at over 500 concurrents for this tournament because there was that much interest in it. You guys don't understand, 500 might not seem like a lot on stream nowadays. When Twitch was first starting, 500 was beyond wild. I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but Activision literally never sent out the prizes for this tournament. They never sent out the prizes for this tournament. They got me to host this. They got me to produce this. They got me to run this. And they never even sent out the prizes for it. Activision's been scummy for a long time. Just throwing that out there.
I wonder if Fury's maybe doing a little research right now, maybe looking at
the guy who's shoutcasting this with me.
Maybe he's not.
The guy who's shoutcasting this with me, that voice that you're hearing, was the same guy who was filming Asai and I in the tournament that I just played. That's Brock, another old school mainstay of competitive.
Confident about his own skills and ties that bind. So again, if Alex not too great at ties that bind, it doesn't matter if Fury also kind of sucks at it. So again, I wouldn't pick it against him.
Dinozord, yeah, they absolutely just said fuck it.
Again, same thing just earlier in the tournament. I wasn't making a reference to what you were saying.
Listen to that young Jason. The way that we hosted this tournament, the way we hosted it was by using online 3-player mode. Myself, and then 2 other people, I would invite them in, and I cropped it in the streaming service that I was using at the time, which OBS did not exist. to just crop out their scores and their note boards so that we could spectate in a game that didn't have spectator mode. Like, literally,
and again, it's not
that was the production quality right there.
It does have that one very tricky part in Solo 2B, or Solo B of the Guitar Solo.
And we had to keep the music low so that we didn't get the stream taken offline or anything.
These are no joke, yo. And
here we go.
Look at him nail
Wow.
that section. Oh, he missed right at the end, but right as he was losing his star power.
It's so funny looking back and listening to me call them chimneys.
Approximately 2K in the lead. So,
Okay, well that's
Shave Jason's
that's
something
all
I'm
he
used
needed
to.
do, really. I mean, he
it's
did
old
well
Jason,
enough. I mean,
man.
he didn't FC it, but
no cheeks.
I think he'll take that. He's not. I don't think he's kicking himself over that.
No, definitely not.
Alec is over 1,000 note streak at this point.
Both players activated star power, so this will not really cause any sort of difference in point variance right now, as long as both players hit everything.
Another note break from Confury, and Alec takes the lead. And do you notice the streaming software glitching out
It's
too?
not a very big lead. It's getting
one of the
it's getting in his
nameplates
head,
keeps
and
exploding in
Alec has
size
had
for like a split
experience,
second.
Like we said, so.
Next on the stream, after that early miss from Alec, an FC of the rest of the song. That is it. We have seen.
Did you see it? This is the perfect example, and I cannot stress this enough, and I can't spoil it because it matters so much up to the last note. This is why competitive play is always so interesting. Even at this point, I thought that this was over. I was commentating this like it was absolutely over. Confury had a perfect final activation, and literally, even though Alec had FC'd almost the entire song, Confury with the last star power activation pulls ahead point-wise. On the last note. Can we just look at the scores real quick there at the very end? 172 points. That's literally less than one note. One note is 200 points. That is literally less than one note difference at 4 times multiplier, bruh.
Oh, how the?
No.
Did you at the end there? Oh my God!
Wait a minute.
Fury just pulled out that.
170 points.
I'm done. I can't even.
That face.
The chat is exploding, salt flying everywhere, squeezing for the victory, less than a note difference. People are screaming, I'm done. We called Alec as the winner versus AmpG. We look like fools. Look at this.
I'm speechless. It takes a lot to get me speechless. I don't even.
It's kind of wild looking back at this and seeing just like how freaking close some of these matches were. Because at the end of the day, even though it was a near full combo on the one side, it was the better star power activation and keeping your nerves together and just doing your best with the better star power that ends up winning. You look so young. I mean, that's literally over 10 years ago, right? Or 10 years ago at this point. This is in the beginning of 2012. That this tournament happened. This is 10 years ago. 10 years ago. That's babyface Jason. Babyface. Alec Asai did end up going on to win that tournament. And he never got his prize from Activision. I swear to God. Activision, why you do him like this? Why you do him like this? Fun fact, the finals
Special thanks. Big thanks.
was against the guy in the wig. This was the finalists. Asai and Schmeggery. Schmeggery was a former national champion for Guitar Hero.
This is it.
This is after a bracket reset.
So many parts in the song you can mess up.
Schmeggery ended up beating Alec in a best of 3 before
Start
this.
to finish, I mean...
Here comes the solo.
10K difference in points between the two. We could do so much better nowadays. But looking back, it's crazy we were even able to pull this off 10 years ago.
Might be able to end the streak. Final star power activation. This is it. Will Asai misses again. Barely holds on. Asai will be the champion of the
8,000 notes. There were a couple of misses at the end. It was so close.
Amazing performance from the two of these
This is such a simpler time, right? It's kind of wild to think that I helped host a national Guitar Hero tournament. Like, that was officially sponsored by Activision, and that they never sent out the prizes, and that nobody even cared. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? This got 500 concurrent viewers, and there was nothing, not even a news article, nothing, ever like, hey, Activision didn't even send out the prizes. There was nothing. There was nothing. I guess that brings us to like the tournaments that we have nowadays, right? Nowadays we get things like this.
This is it. Acid Rain Live.
This is the baby. This is the baby.
The hype is right now.
Shout out to CSC for actually hosting tournaments, and then Matriff, who hosted the Sight Read tournament this past weekend, because this is the only thing we've got for competitive nowadays. Could you imagine us getting, 500, 1,000 concurrent viewers?
The endurance that you need.
And actually having Activision or some major company sponsoring prizes and actually delivering them?
After however many hours.
Man, I wish.
Still can't believe that they're...
Like, if I could get 500 viewers back in the day on the last official one, if you guys could get 1,400 on this, just based off the hype of what it is from the community, imagine if we actually had some company behind it. Actually some real prizes. Like, that were sponsored.
Oh,
imagine a place on the front page of Twitch.
This riff is going on for way too long for my comfort.
I was just going to say, the other big thing, and Gabe just pointed this out in chat, the other thing, literally you're reading my mind, Gabe, there is one other really big difference in competitive that Clone Hero has that other Guitar Hero games in the past just didn't. You have to do really well on the solo because you get bonus points. That's a very Rock Band feature that never really was in the past for Guitar Hero, right? Solo sections didn't exist in Guitar Hero. So that never became a thing in competitive. This is different in its own way. Just wanted to point that out because it's never been something that we had in competitive Guitar Hero in the past.
It was a good activation from Kai.
Woo!
Great activation.
Oh my goodness! Amazing activation from Randy!
That was
oh my god!
That was
unbelievable!
That's so crazy!
Holy shit!
Darkly
both on the same
FC.
path now! Randy pulls ahead! Kai's still on an FC!
Losing on an FC!
Oh my god! And who brings it home? Randy brings it home! And Darkly with the FC!
Could you imagine losing an FC?
That is what esports is about!
Star power pathing, man. Anybody who wants to take star power out or thinks competitive could be something different, dude, it makes for such incredible moments. It makes for such incredible moments. This kind of shit, right? Literally, Randy lost a star power phrase. Was down a star power phrase. Up in average multiplier. Because his activations were better. Because he knew the song. And not only did he have the nerves to hit all those notes at the right time, but he had the strategy. Part of what makes competitive so fun is the strategy element. Being in that mindset of, hey, am I going to be able to hit this under pressure, one chance, do not miss your chance to blow Eminem style, right? Taking that element, throwing the strategy in, Guitar Hero Competitive is so unique compared to any other game out there. And that level of competition one-on-one against each other makes for incredible content. That's why I still feel like it could be something today. Because there's a reason the Guitar Hero / Clone Hero community still exists in 2021, almost 2022, when the last 5-fret game came out over a decade ago at this point. Guitar Hero Competitive has always had such an interesting journey. Whether we're talking about the start, where we got things like World Series of Video Games, where it was all based on the actual performance aspect, to now where we have actual real competitions. I think the largest problem we have right now, though, is the biggest problem for Guitar Hero as a whole. that we really need a future of some kind, whether that be an official Clone Hero release under a different name that we actually could like start thinking about a future with the game, or even just developing partners that have an interest in wanting to make something special the way that we love competitive Guitar Hero. You know, getting the right bands involved that love this shit, that grew up on Guitar Hero, and having the okay for music licensing to be able to make it actually be distributed. Having actual guitars that were able to be bought. Not just little people in the community that are going, hey, I'll make my own and sell them, but actually having like an actual website or something that people could just go order from. And there was enough that everybody could get a guitar and not have to worry about where to find one, you know? I think that's the kind of shit we're up against right now. And maybe those are problems to tackle in 2022. I don't know. I've done a lot of babbling. We've talked for over 4 hours about competitive Guitar Hero. I didn't expect to go this long on the one subject. I really didn't. But it's been nonstop. There is this much. There is this much that we could talk about, you know? And I feel like at the end of the day, we kind of just scratched the surface because there's so many incredible creators or competitors that I didn't even mention. Like, I mainly was talking about people who are American or European, but there are players from so many different regions that I didn't even bring up. The company that made Rock Band, the original company that made Guitar Hero, is now owned by Epic as of a couple weeks ago, I believe. So, and in the announcement of that, they said they had no plans to make new instruments. No plans. Zero. So if we're going to get new instruments made, we're going to have to do it ourselves. From Rock Band 4's site, while bundles are no longer being manufactured, you may still be able to find them at your local retailer, so take a look. You can also find great deals on lightly used Rock Band rivals compatible hardware on sites like Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. Their loss is your gain. That makes me feel really gross. You have to wonder, what is it that stopped Activision from realizing the potential of Guitar Hero? And I really think they just were like not thinking long-term at all. Just like, hey, short-term, we can milk the hell out of this. The year that they released 12 Guitar Hero games in 1 year. I think that was the official count. It was like 3 or 4 console games, multiple mobile games, a couple of DS games. It's just too much. If you can buy a new Guitar Hero game every month of the year, it's way too much. What are you getting different at that point other than just different songs? And when you realize that you can get something like a Clone Hero, which recognize the idea of every song you want is there, they stop losing the ability, they lose the ability to monetize the way they're doing, you know? Is nowadays a better time to revisit the idea of Guitar Hero than ever? Especially with Clone Hero proving the proof of concept that an unlimited rhythm gaming, that with just a bunch of different options that you could put your own songs into works? Yeah. But money is the main takeaway at the end of the day. And Guitar Hero Live as a reboot failed, mainly because of the monetization aspects. Who knows if we'll ever see Activision make another try? And here's the big thing, would we even want them to? I don't want to support Activision right now. I really don't. I don't know how you guys feel. Is Clone Hero an open source thing or is it paid? It is fully community made, absolutely free. Clone Hero runs on a USB stick, Mike. It literally will run off of a frickin' USB stick. It's just made in Unity, coded to be just like, here you go. How would anybody compete with that? That's it, right? That's it. If you take that and maybe make it into a AAA game, the way you compete with it is by funding it and making you the foundation of that service, you know? If you've got devs in a community that are taking what you did and doing it better, there are mods in the past. I think of, was it Sonic Mania that started as a fan game? And then Sega said, hey, you're doing well, let's just pay you to do this. Can you make it for us? I'm pretty sure that's the game I'm thinking of. There are options, as we've seen in the tech world, right? Where when someone has an idea, and if it's better than what you're doing, if they have a better idea, and you've got the money to fund it, go, hey, can I pay you to make this even better? and then take it from there. Letting your community just foster, just like flounder for 10 years, though, when you still hold the IP, is a weird decision. I don't know. For a company that likes making money as much as they do, and you see the results of something like a Rocksmith from Ubisoft, if you could put together an idea where maybe it's even a competitive pass, where you get new songs each season that are officially quality controlled, and it gives you entrance into a tournament series. Holy shit, I literally just came up with that idea on the spot with no thought whatsoever. If I can come up with an idea like that on the spot with no thoughts whatsoever, how the fuck can the executives not think of something that's better, that they can make more money from, with years and years to think about it? I don't know, man. We have a very intense community for Guitar Hero. We do. We have a lot of passionate people that are passionate around music that I don't think has a better competitive scene out there, like for esports. I really think in the right circumstance, it would thrive. We've seen it from the tournaments. When Twitch first started, we were able to get 500 concurrent viewers. If the CSC League last year was able to get 1,400 concurrent viewers for a dead hardcore series, there's something special there. I hope that you guys learned something about the old scene too. I mean, it's special. And I still think there's a lot of it that's left over today that we can see. And we built on that. And I think that there's a lot that we could still do in the future.